This is Unfiltered Vitamin Z, being brought to you by ZieedUFZ. Copy my notes a little bit, because I had notes on the phone that I'm using to record, and I got the other phone. Big advice, have more than one phone. Even if you don't plan on like using the other one, just in case. If you got the old phone and you get a new phone, keep the old phone for some shit. Travel with the older phone, keep the nice and newer one at home just in case you get robbed or you lose it, some shit like that. Just, you know.
From España to California, from España.
I wasn't sure what I was going to talk about, but I was just going to talk. You know how I do. Is the microphone working? Hello. I really hope this shit's working. I really hate to have recorded this entire. It's green. The light on this shit is green. I can't really show y'all, but this shit is green. So if it's green, green mean good. Cause I got a green light on the camera right here. So and it's recording. So that should mean it's working. Let me skip this ad. The headphones are not connected to this. The headphones are connected to the computer, so I can still play music while I'm talking. Because I would used to use the phone to record audio, but since I want to incorporate more video components, increase my content marketing capacity, you know what I'm saying? To promote YouTube Shorts, to create videos, because we are visual creatures these days. Even kids, when you talk about a new song to kids, they want to go straight to the YouTube and boom, look at the video, look at the music video or the artwork or whatever. I mean, it's just easier to have the visual stimulation with what we're hearing and shit like that. And I just got this setup. Never mind, I already talked about it in the previous clip that you're gonna see anyway, from a different day. And we chilling. It was a super Sunday, a long walk, not that long, but like long mentally, thinking and doing all types of shit in the middle of a lot of different things. I don't even got time to put on an undershirt. The band messy. It's a day where you just say fuck it, gotta do what you gotta do and worry about the little things later. You know what I'm saying? Last time what I was talking about was it didn't record. I shot the audio version, the last podcast episode, if you're hearing this, the audio's there, but the video aspect didn't work. I was on the computer and I was recording, and at the end it was just black screen, wouldn't upload. It was so disappointed. I went and bought this light, and I bought this having a stroke, this microphone thingy, and I bought this little tripod with which I can use my phone, because the guy in the video was talking about that sure you can buy a nice camera, but the good thing is to have, you know, good audio so people can hear, so that's why we got this thing. Have good lighting, and then the video camera aspect comes in later. So the phone quality is perfectly fine. This is what you can do on a good budget. I spent 120 bucks for this shit, so it's like, all right, cool, I'm gonna rock with this. The key is not necessarily having the finest equipment, but at least upload it, you know what I'm saying, to make reels, to make videos, to extract from my pocket. That's the method. That's what I'm gonna be doing now. That's what I've been learning from other people, like the Roommates podcast, like Fresh and Fit, like Dorian from Group 82 Music. You know, he's always recording videos, but it could be aspect of the podcast, could be just him recording, and then he knows what he's looking at, and he can extract certain things and make a reel out of it, make a short out of it. And I think that's a more efficient use of my time than just waiting for like inspiration. You could just record and always have that footage, and then I mean sometimes there's so many different videos that he's uploaded, but in the same shirt. So we're gonna rock with that. And that goes back to the consistency, right? What type of habits do we create, and what type of methods do we allow ourselves to be, what type of methods do we get ourselves accustomed to that creates more efficiency? For example, on the negative aspect of this, there's the access point of like, you're not trying to lose weight by constantly buying the junk food in your house. You know what I'm saying? That's not gonna work. So when you've eliminated that, when you're not buying, you're not gonna tell yourself, I'll just have a little bit once in a while. No, the more it's there in front of you, the more you're gonna do it. So same thing with like your routine, your desk, your workspace. The more certain things you continue to put in front of you and access to you, and the more you're reminding yourself what you need to be done, and you're making it easy on yourself for your future self. Your future self can go ahead and continue that habit. And then once that habit gets continued, it just becomes like a muscle, like a drug that you have to keep using.
Left light, sitting on the corner, was dying of boredom. Left light.
Yeah, let me talk about this. This quote from Voltaire, man, I can't believe I've never heard this quote before. I'm seeing it happen so much around my life now, where it's like certain things you can say that might be true, but not necessarily need to be said or heard at that moment of time. Voltaire said, "Everything you say should be true." Excuse me. Everything you say should be true, but not everything true must be said. Not everything true that is out there. You know, we sometimes pride ourselves on like, well, I'm a truth seeker, so I'm gonna say it. It's like, yes, speak the truth. Always speak the truth. What you say should be true. But just because something is true doesn't mean you need to say it right now. So shit always goes back to timing. What else did I want to talk about? There was some fast fashion shit going on. Hold on, let me skip this stupid ad. There's some fast fashion. I just saw a picture of the whatever it's called, the desert and shit, the driest point in Earth. Just a bunch of clothes laid out. And I thought it was kind of weird why they would have so much clothes there. Why is it their own? Is it just like imports and shit just being left? This is something, a product of this ultra like stupid aspect of capitalism, right? The best parts of capitalism is what defines it. Is that free market shit. Is that let me do my own thing and fucking make money. All right, it's beautiful. But let's not waste shit. Let's not waste material. Let's not waste time and energy in people's lives and extract shit from people and deprive people of basic necessities. And there's people that don't have clothes, and then we got clothes being thrown all around the fucking corner. Like it don't make no sense. And we need to have more of a purpose behind different things. Have a purpose in what we own. I mean, that's the whole aspect from minimalism. It's not to have no shit. It's not to have nothing. You can have 30, 40, 50, 100 items as long as each item you own has and carries a purpose of why you have it and why you use it. And with clothes, like Tom Ford paid like $90,000 for something, some outfit. But they were talking about like, you know, luxury fashion, shit like that. And some might argue it's not sustainable. But there is the aspect of it by definition of what makes it sustainable is that it's not shit that is meant to be thrown away. Right? You're not buying something for Tom Ford that you can wear for one season and throw out another. But the average person, the average clothes that they buy are not, I don't know if people realize it or not, the purpose for them is not to last that long, right? It's like, I don't know. There's certain things that treat issues or like you need clothes, obviously. So how come nobody has made a product and said, hey, buy my t-shirts, it's gonna last you 50 years? Right? When's the last time a company ever told you that? Buy my t-shirts, gonna last you 50 years. You can pass this shit off to your grandkids. They can wear your shirt. Talk about hand-me-downs. That's some hand-me-down shit. No. And maybe we can't, right? Because that's something we use on a daily basis, but not 50 years, but decent amount of time. We can use different quality materials and make shit a bit more thicker and more durable and shit like that. Especially with something like hemp, which I've talked before of its fibers, how much better it is to use than something like cotton. There's a company called Collar about to this shit. Actually, hold on, I can grab one right now. This shit gonna okay. This is with the camera. Collar. Yeah, see, it's a nice fucking t-shirt, right? But the beauty of this shit is if you feel it's made out of recycled plastic, and I've tested it where I've thrown water on this and it's not gonna get wet. Like this is my breakup shirt, you know what I'm saying? You take a bitch out to like one last spill and you say, alright, this is fucking over. And when she try to spill her drink on you, be like, joke's on you, bitch. Can't touch me. Can't touch this. And that's basically what this is. Like it's dope to have that aspect. It's dope to have that aspect of something that is flexible, that is machine washable, that is qualitative, that is gonna last, that is built from recycled materials, that is the splash proof, you know, you can work out in, you can do all types of shit in it, you know what I'm saying? That is more of a trend, more of a future thing, and so much companies are doing something very similar to that now. We're still good. And it doesn't cost you much more than what, you know, regular dress shirts are gonna cost you anyway. And if you get the short sleeve ones, which I have one, but I don't have it right here in my closet, I think it's in the hamper. And the best thing about it is it's very versatile. You know, you can go from like the jungle to the club, you know what I'm saying? From the beach to the office. We're talking about that type of level of versatility. So check them out, Collar. and like, and call it. Oh, came across an article says that narcissism dropped during the Great Recession. Right when the 1929, when the stock market collapsed and there was a whole type of Great Depression era, narcissism dropped. And I was thinking, like, how the hell did they research this? What do you mean? Like, how do you measure narcissism exactly? Because I think we live with a bunch of narcissists. Is it narcissistics or narcissists? Like, if somebody's, evoking a lot of sarcasm, you call them sarcastic. So would you call somebody with a lot of narcissism a narcissist or a narcissistic? I don't know. Correct me on that shit. Let me skip this stupid ad. So I don't know how they measure narcissism and what, but it will make sense, right? Something like the Great Recession is gonna humble your bitch ass. You know what I'm saying? Going from the 20s and that type of Great Gatsby type shit and your fancy tuxedos, drinking and fucking and partying all day, and then not having to like work and struggle for shit. That's gonna humble you. Yeah, I understand why narcissism would drop. I feel like that could be related similar to with COVID, that there's something about it that just revealed so many true colors of people. It like really demonstrated the type of person you really were. If you were a super germaphobe, afraid type person of the world around you, you locked yourself even more. You were actually loving the lockdown. But if you were the type of person that really thrived on social interaction, you felt that too. You needed that. You didn't realize how much you needed it till you didn't have it no more. If you were an asshole, you were a certified asshole. If you were a hustler, you stay hustling. Like, it really showed us who we are as a society. It really showed the weak points of what we're willing to do and what we're not. Like all the people buying up toilet paper and going crazy with that shit. I mean, it really shows you so many different things. Is it a tragic thing? Yes, but it does come with its, I don't want to say positives, but it does come with its consequences that shows us where we can improve. We have to remember some of the worst things in society do lead to great innovations and do lead to great things that do improve society. Certain pandemics have brought out things out of society that benefited in the long run, which is why a lot of articles and people argue talking about why human societies actually need pandemics. What was I gonna say? Wars, for example, horrible fucking thing, but it does bring out a lot of positivity. Going back to the Great Recession, all the programs governments were passing weren't doing shit for the economy. It was war that really fixed the shit and it put the U.S. on a global map when the rest of everybody else was fucked up. When the rest of the world got fucked over and it just left the U.S. and Russia. Now, obviously, the U.S. already had that foundation to exceed better than Russia did. That had just recently became the type of country that they were at USSR. United Soviet Socialist Republics. I think that's what it stood for. I mean, I got all the letters right, so I don't know if it was in that, whatever. Yeah. Narcissism dropped during the Great Recession. How do you... Can narcissism be considered like a mental disorder? Like somebody that's depressed or bipolar? Like, could that be considered like in the same group? Or it's like calling someone a narcissist, like calling someone an asshole. Man, you're so narcissistic. Man, you're such an asshole. I don't know. It's a real question. Oh, don't forget, follow me on ZieedUFZ.com, ZieedUFZ on Instagram. Check out Zieed.com, ZIEED, ZieedUFZ. I'm gonna be posting a lot of these reels. If you listen to the audio version of this podcast, you want to see reels, you want to see short snippets or shit like that, and up to date. And a lot of these articles, like things that I used to talk about in the podcast, I will post them and where I got them and discuss them in little captions and shit like that on Instagram. So follow me for that and the other photos and whatever type of shit. You know what I'm saying? You following a bunch of random fucks on your Instagram. Anyway, might as well follow me. Or not, I don't give a fuck. Sex robots. I mean, I kind of like a little bit of a fuck, but not too much of a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk about, I had this note. I don't know if I did an episode on this or not, but I had this note, like a whole bunch of notes and shit talking about like porn and sex and like just like where I see shit going. Because I did like a project on sex robots in Japan, and the idea of them like terrified me because it felt weird that people were seeking sex from a robot. And don't get me wrong, if I'm in a cabin in the woods all by myself, yeah, I'll probably use that fucking robot. But What seems weird about it is, what is the difference from using a sex robot to just jerking off? That's one thing I don't understand. Uh, Shut up, stupid advertisement. Obvious ass actors. So that's another thing, because they're using like virtual reality glasses, and that's another whole aspect of it too. Which I'm like, are you customizing your experience? Is that what it is, or are you just having trouble visualizing your own, so you want to use the glasses? Because if you're customizing it, like, are you like, increase titties by 30%? Make vagina tighter by 15%. Do this, do that. Like, is that what you're doing? Because I'm just curious, like, how are these like working? And then, like, are you adding sound effects too when you're using the virtual glasses and the headphones? Are you like telling the girl what accent to say? He's like, I want British, I want this, I want that, and you're giving them phrases, and you just like literally head to toe customizing your complete experience. Oh, speaking of like sexual marketing, this frustrates the hell out of me. You know, when you be on Snapchat and you look at the little stories and it'll have some like type of like clickbait, and it'll be like, this girl did this, and it's like some blonde with a fat ass and titties, and you click on it. She's not in any of the stories that they share with you. You go through all the way to the end, and you're like, wait a minute, the girl that y'all had in the page on the cover ain't even in any one of these stories. Y'all just used me. It's fucking ridiculous, man. Just wasted 4 minutes going through all these stupid stories. Then they put ads in the middle of these stories. Fucking Snapchat. Okay, there's other thing in regards to like masturbation and porn that I want to discuss, because a lot of people have been discussing this more, and I think it's an important conversation to have that necessarily not previously necessarily had. People have always been masturbating, but the aspect of porn has changed it, because I see a lot of people, or know of a lot of people, that watch porn sometimes just to watch it, and not even watching it to masturbate, which is kind of weird to me. Because like, if you want to jerk off, just jerk off. Like, there's plenty of articles that are for or against it, that talk about its health and negative side effects. But my opinion, in terms of the articles that discuss the negative health effects of masturbation and the study that they use, are probably with people that are using mostly porn to masturbate, rather than people that are just masturbating, old school imagination, pictures, newspaper, not newspaper, magazine, shit like that, but not necessarily like porn. I think that aspect of it is totally different, and especially for the people that think that that's like representing what sex actually looks like. Then the other thing, yeah, yeah, I was never seeking out porn. That's another thing with this. I was never seeking out porn when I started masturbating, because even masturbating itself used to terrify me, because I thought it was kind of like cigarettes. Like, you would, your first couple times would like give you such like a rush of like good feeling that you would want to continue doing it, and then you would be doing it throughout the day. And it's kind of ironic, because when I do watch other older gents on their platform, on their podcast, discuss that with about young males, they're usually bringing up the dude that's examples of men masturbating 4 or 5 times throughout a day. And I was like, holy fuck, they are working at these sperm factories. Like, that shit is crazy to me. I started masturbating more when I was smoking weed more. For some reason, certain strains of weed for me would work like an aphrodisiac, and it would make my shit rock hard like a fucking Viagra pill. And there was no way to relieve it other than it's like, oh shit, well now this is up, might as well jerk it off. I don't know why that would happen. And then one girl told me a lot of girls love to get high before sex, and it's like, I understand that. But one girl told me that it was in issues with the guy she was having sex with, hard for them to get it up. And I was like, nah, not with me. That wasn't much of an issue. But again, if you were smoking probably like some strong indica, and you were just like tired as fuck, not tired, but like really relaxed, your whole body wasn't even moving, then even if you could get it up, it's not like you were going to do a bunch of fucking anyway. Yeah, people report like watching so much porn, then when you are with a woman, you can't get your dick up and shit like that. I thought that was strange. Um, Wait, what did I write? Nobody believes me, but I'm telling you, a common side effect of this vaccine was making my dick smaller. There's something about it. Ever since I got it, that it's just not quite how it used to be. I'm looking at it sometimes when it's up, and it ain't the same. It's not quite the same. Cause like, I would use this phone, right, and I would measure like where the tip like would finish, and I'm looking at like where it was, and like where it kind of reaches now, I'm like, something's off. Something in that vaccine did something to me. I can tell you that for sure. There's a woman, oh my God. I had a friend that one time told me that let me skip the stupid ad. He was having some issues with porn addiction. And I remember like on YouTube and you see a bunch of videos, and I was like on the TED Talks. I had a bunch of like going through a bunch of TED Talks that I like saved. And one of them was a woman who had a TED Talk on porn addiction. I was like, as soon as he said that to me that he was having that issue, I was like, okay, I know of this TED Talk, let me send it to you. And when I sent it to him, I knew because I'd watched the video, I'd seen the speaker. The first thing he tells me is like, dude, the girl giving the TED speech is like hot as hell. I was like, I know. And it was in Sweden, and she fine as hell, and she's like white, but she's not white. She got like this nice, sexy tan, like almost like she like Mediterranean. And with her eyes and her hair, I'm not gonna lie to you, I did search up Swedish porn right after I saw the TED Talk on porn addiction. It's a bit ironic, I know, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Okay, that's all I had to say. This is, how long have I been talking? 21 minutes? Yeah. This is perfect for me because I discussed different topics where I can upload this whole podcast episode, and then I could also upload smaller videos onto the YouTube channel under each section. And that would allow me to create content on a smaller basis, not smaller basis, what I want to say. And under each niche, like I talked about porn, okay, I can upload something about that. I talked about sex robots, I can upload something about that. When I was talking about fast fashion, I can put a small video like that. Even if it's like 30 seconds, something like I said, that gives me shorts, that gives me reels. For anybody think they're doing the same thing, this is what I'm doing, learning from Group 82 Music to give myself more, what's the word? Not exposure. Content marketing, what it is, right? You got to market yourself. Whatever it is you're trying to sell or become or establish as a brand, you need to market yourself. And certain things evolve over word of mouth, but I think each thing is you got to hit it from all fronts. You know what I'm saying? Somebody could blow up once from one music video that went really popular, but if you don't also blow up on people's phones like ads and playlists and so many different avenues, then that blow up once will attract one group of people. But what is the retention? What is the retention from that one blow up? But if you're constantly uploading yourself, constantly programming yourself, constantly marketing yourself, eventually the core develops. That's what I'm trying to reach. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to reach that core. I'm trying to reach that 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 people that truly fuck with me. Somebody that will pay $5 a month for exclusive podcast and music and shit like that, exclusive merch and different things like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking to try to be like, man, I got 10 million Instagram followers. I really don't give a shit about the fame aspect. What I care about is the independence we could create online, digitally. The independence we can create with people that fuck with us and we fuck with them. That's that type of shit that I like, that I appreciate, that we have access to us in this period of history of mankind, and not was previous accessible to previous generations. So that's the aspect I like. So if you enjoy this podcast, you enjoy me, hey man, do me a quick solid and follow me, ZieedUFZ, on Instagram. Check out more podcast episodes. DM me on ZieedUFZ with questions or comments, podcast, even episode suggestions, right? You might be into certain things. I talk about a lot of different things. I could maybe, send you an episode your way that you might enjoy listening to on a car ride, or, when you're working out or something like that. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good shit, obviously. And what was I gonna say? Check out my music too. Stream my music. I would greatly appreciate that. Go on Spotify, Apple, Tidal, whatever. Stream any song. Dictatorship Volume 2 is out. I'm gonna drop another project soon this month at Flaquito Palestino, and I'm working on another one, Filtered Vitamin Z. This is the Unfiltered Vitamin Z podcast, but I'm gonna have like an EP. Like an EP is shorter. What's up? LP? Is that long project? Yeah. Okay, we'll go with that. An long project LP is gonna be on Filtered Vitamin Z. Proprio disco, like its own project. And that one is sounding the best. Like I'm hearing it and I'm like, damn, this is gonna be what I travel with, what I want to like take with me when I'm traveling, what I'm listening to. So I'm excited to share that with y'all. Anyway, thank you so much. Check out Zied.com and have a great fucking week. Peace.
This that UFC flow, yeah. This that UFC flow, this that UFC flow. What ain't